Newcomer teachers, thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to do a lesson regarding geography, which was one of my favorite things. And it's also going to touch on the capitalization of proper nouns, the TH sound, and pronouns. So before I start, I want to say thank you to Dr. Marcia Tate. This is where I got this idea from. I heard her speak at St. Mary's College years ago. And she did this little story that I've used with newcomers and in my general ed classes because, as some of you might know, some of our kids, they're not really learning geography as kids did when I was young, right? So I've used this several years in different capacities. So thank you, Dr. Marcia Tate. I don't know if she created it or just was the one I heard it from, but to whoever created it, good job, thank you. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is, if you have a map, that's fantastic, or if you could project a map, or on your phone, pull up a map. If not, you could go ahead and draw the 7 continents. Or you could have a student who likes to draw, go ahead and just draw the 7 continents. And you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna label them, right? North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. And what I love about a lot of my culture is that in Latin American countries, when kids go to school, you learn a lot by poems and by repeating stories, and they're very language rich. So that's kind of what we're doing here. We're going to learn a story together, and you have to repeat it several times. But through the story, the kid will not only learn the 7 continents, but they're going to understand sentence structure. They're going to get a review on common nouns. There's all kinds of things. They're going to get more confidence in speaking in English because even though they did not come up with this story, them repeating it will build that confidence so they can go ahead and practice the language, right? So I'm going to go ahead also before I start. This is the actual story. So if you're using this lesson, you could go ahead and zoom in or review it. But a lot of times, there are kids who are able to understand if you give them a couple of words in their language, especially with Spanish and English. There's times where the language is very similar. So if you're able to give the kids a couple of directly translated words using Google or a dictionary, that will benefit them. So for this story, I'm going to give the kids the definition in their language of married, daughters, and honeymoon. And if they can somehow get that with the pictures, it will make the understanding a lot easier. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start so you kind of get an answer, so you kind of can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing you would do is you'd go and say, okay, this is a map of the 7 continents, and these are the continents. North America, and you do this with the kids. They could repeat it, they could draw it, they could write it. South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, Antarctica. So there's 7, and you just repeat that. There's 7 continents. However you want to do that with your child or with your small group or your whole class. And here's the actual wonderful story, okay? So as you could see in my pictures, and you could maybe start the lesson like a preview. So here's a man, here's a woman, and here are 4 daughters, 4 girls. 1 daughter, 2 daughters, 3 daughters, 4 daughters. 1 daughter, 2 daughters, 3 daughters, 4 daughters. And then you go ahead and start the story. There once was a man named North America. He married a woman named South America. Now, this TH is very difficult. So when you are previewing the lesson, I would definitely spend some time saying north, and have the kids say, have them exaggerate it, have them put their hand up and north. Do you feel that little air? South. So you're going to spend some time before the story going over that TH sound with some exaggeration. Okay, so he married a woman named South America. They went on a honeymoon to Europe. And once again, you have the direct translation right here, whatever language it might be. They had 4 daughters, and here you have the translation for daughters, whose names began with A. See the A, 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 A. Their names began with A. Just like my name. My name is Anna. My name begins with an A. Maybe in your class you have a couple of A's. You could go ahead and mention that. Africa, Antarctica, Asia, and Australia. You're going to do it again and again. Over time, what you can do is start taking out some of the words. So with the Post-it, you're going to keep this it could be in a regular piece of paper depending on how you're teaching your newcomers, and you could cover up one of the words, right? There once was a man. So the kid shouldn't start memorizing the once. Then take away a couple of other words. And you're going to see as you repeat this several times, it could be in the same week, it could be over the school year, they're going to learn this. And the great benefit is they're also going to learn the consonants for those who didn't know it. For those who did know it, they're able to see that, in English we capitalize the names of all the consonants. They're also going to learn how to pronounce them correctly in English. And you get to do it over and over again, and the kids will remember this, and it's a fun thing to do, and they love it. All right, that's all for today. Thank you.